It's Friday, Friday. I gotta get that Friday. No, 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 no. Weekend, Friday. La, la, no, no, no,
Good
no.
morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost weekend. Before we enjoy ourselves and get drunk because life is so much better when reality is just there from Monday to Friday, I have some very important information
new
for
information. It can trigger me or I think, that's what I just thought about that group of people.
If you don't want to die from the monkeypox, you really should listen to the next 22 minutes, because all you need to know is just right here. Here with me is my dear friend Norm. Norm, how are you today? Are you still monkeypox free?
I tried everything to be one of the first people to
Well,
get
that
it.
was a rhetorical question. Let's move. Let's move somewhere else. Let's go to Japan.
Before we talk about the people in Japan, we should start with an animal story first. Did you know that dogs have to be microchipped over there so the government can geo-track them? In case they stop at a certain tree for a bit longer, I guess the government will get noticed and then send an official to the exact same position and have a look whether there is a warm, fluffy turd left by the microchip dog. The story about the microchip dog is such a fantastic story. You can tell it at the bar, or when you and your wife have nothing else to discuss, you just bring it up and she will love you again as much as she did when she married you. Exactly. And because you like it so much, I will tell you one more thing about the animal life around Japan, but this time underwater. The Tokyo Tuna Auction will be open to the public again. So if you want to see live how much Japanese love tuna, you can just go there and watch them buying expensive fish. And they don't even mix tuna with dolphins anymore, because that would be a different auction. Not really an underwater story, but I can't complain. I liked it too. Well, I tell you these stories because the Japanese behaved very, very well. They didn't kill anyone randomly, so all they talk about is animals and sports.
Oh, I like sports.
Japan beat Uruguay 4-1 at soccer at the friendly game. I didn't know that you can have a friendly game against Uruguay. Usually when they enter the soccer field, they just become terrorists in shorts for 90 minutes.
Times have changed, Norm. Those people learned the lesson and are very, very friendly now. That's why they lost 4-1 to Japan. You get it? But even as a loser, you can have a great weekend on this very long island. The weather is good and people pack their sushi and green tea, bought their train tickets, and they are off to Mother Nature this weekend.
Have fun, my Japanese friends. Konnichiwa.
Sometimes, when I'm alone with my thoughts, I just watch people and I wish I could see an asteroid hitting Earth at that exact moment. You know, to see this whole thing just going down. Then it would be time for me to show how great I can be. Being in a world without rules and laws. Man, that would be great. A chocolate bar.
God save the Queen. I have seen the Queen on the balcony at Buckingham
Oh,
Palace.
yes. It was a beautiful parade. She's the queen for more than 70 years now.
As I was watching, I thought 70 years of power makes you shrink a lot.
Well, she was watching the Royal Air Force flight show, and then she had very important other monarchs close by, except for Harry. He wasn't there with his wife. Harry lives in the US now, but he visited her later. I think he wasn't on the balcony because he was still mad.
Harry was mad.
He's still
Why?
mad because those douchebags named him Harry.
Harry. Hell. Halloween.
Makes sense. I wouldn't visit my family with that name either.
So that is on the news pretty much everywhere in the UK at the moment. They celebrate their queen and the royal family pretending they are not Germans anymore and waving Union Jacks. More than 1 million people showed up in London to watch them. I think it is very impressive that 1 million British people were celebrating her and the royal family, except for one guy. Oh yeah, Prince Albert wasn't there. He couldn't make it, unfortunately. I heard the reason why he didn't visit the Queen, the most precious woman of England, the beauty of the empire, was because she's very, very old. I mean, she was born in 1926. In 1926, Epstein Island was only known for its fantastic climate to a handful of people. Sometimes, when I'm alone with my thoughts, I just think about the UK, the United Kingdom. I think about how the people in Northern England don't like the people from London. I think about how the people in Belfast have a problem with the people in Cork. The Scottish get drunk every single day, and once they tell you, hey man, you should have an, how's it called, a Glasgow kiss. I would love to give you a Glasgow kiss. And then I think there is a random stupid tourist who will say, yes, yes, Scottish buddy, you're my friend. I will allow you to give me a Scottish kiss. And then I think how great the UK is. And we are moving to another area of my expertise. A country called China, where people are happy no matter what, where bats, monkeys and reptiles get a second chance. I really have double checked everything and I got that Shanghai is open for people again. You wouldn't believe it, Norm, but you can now go to a restaurant or a park, or you can even go to the harbor, hop on a ship and travel around Taiwan and the other beautiful Chinese places in the South Pacific. I wouldn't fly in the northwestern areas of China at the moment, because a plane crashed a couple of days ago close to Nepal. 22 people were found in the mountains. After 2 years without work for pilots, I guess they also need to regain their confidence. And you only become better and professional when you train and gain the lost experience by flying over the Himalaya with closed eyes and a co-pilot who really has some good stories to tell. Yes, I fully understand. I didn't ride a push bike for more than 3 years, and when I tried it again, I made a couple of miles but then also crashed into the mountains. It was a horrific scene with loads of casualties over there. I didn't look at all the victims I pushed out of their lives by creating the bike incident, but I remember one guy. He was wearing a hat. Oh, I see, you're doing a little Norm joke there. Well, it's the timing and the look which is missing here. This is a so-called show to learn about the world, mate. Enough with the jokes without punchlines, okay? Well, sir, I will try. And before we go to the next region, Australia, we'll have a short break. Sometimes, when I'm alone with my thoughts, I just watch people and I wish I could see an asteroid hitting Earth at that exact moment. To see this whole thing just going down. Then it would be time for me to show how great I can be. Being in a world without rules and laws. Man, that would be great. Ah, a chocolate bar. I hope you finished your little break, Norm. The Australians have a break from coronavirus and politics at the moment, as it is freaking cold down south in Australia. Did you know that it is around, 8 degrees in Melbourne at the moment, Norm? Have you ever been to Australia? Great that you asked, my friend. And yes, indeed, I've been to Australia. I traveled the East Coast years ago. And I actually got hit by a snake. So you have seen a real saltwater crocodile in Australia? Sure I have. Almost threw up in a public shower because there was a huntsman spider hiding at the corners. Google it. It's a freaking huge spider. And if you are German and you can just kill those little German spiders, then travel around the world and look into 6 eyes of a huge spider, then you have another reason why my country of origin is not the worst in the world. Except for the Dutch guy, they're traveling through Germany. Those morons with their yellow number plates deserve to have a hard time over there. You know, because they just sit in their campers and use our well-maintained autobahns. You do know this is valuable airtime, Norm. You know we are talking about Australia and New Zealand, buddy. The monkeypox have been diagnosed in New South Wales and another one in Queensland. This guy got diagnosed with the unlucky looking poxes and still went to the Whitsunday Islands. Nothing stopping a dude from partying in paradise. If the guy with the monkeypox is listening to this great format, I would advise to drop us a message so we can talk about how it feels and what you have to do to catch it. We all know how to catch it. First, you talk to the community. Then you socialize with the community. And after a couple of drinks, you and the community is a human cluster of happiness with the side effects of, the monkeypox. Okay. I got it. Still, if he listens, please. Fun. You like fun? You want more fun now? Can't get enough of feeling like a fun person? Yes, I love fun. I like the word too. Fun. The great country of Germany. I will not talk about Germany today at all. We have had a train crash, but that's pretty much it. Apart from that, I don't want to talk at all, as I just said. What we're doing now in the next 2.5 minutes is I'll show you around a bit. I will show you how it is outside, and I'll talk about my thoughts. How's that? So here I am, pretending to be an average German, leaving my house. The first thing you do as a German is you look up, and then you see we're still alive. The Russians, they didn't drop a bomb on you. So now we can just keep going and living our boring life. Look at that beautiful green tree. It has been grown here for years, decades, and maybe hundreds of years. And now we all can enjoy the beauty of the greenness of a German tree. Have a look. This is a soccer field. This is the one and only thing we are professional in growing in, which is soccer players. So you can see nobody's preparing for war here at the moment. People don't complain publicly, that's what they like to be or to do online. They are quiet. They don't like to be talked to. They hate small talk. But it does have good sides, because you just can live in peace and mind your own business. That's what I like about a Saturday, a sunny Saturday. A sunny Saturday. Well, in Russia, the Kremlin wants the people in the Donbass region to have a referendum on whether the land is going to become Russian or not. The Russian referendum is coming up, and we can't wait to see the result. If I would have to place a bet on whether it's going to be a vote for or against the Russians, I would put all my money on the Ukraine.
That's why you are poor.
I'm not poor. I just like to earn less than the average people around me, so they don't think I'm an arrogant person who thinks he's better than them. But many people think you are arrogant, and that's why nobody wants to give you a well-paid job. Anyways, I've read the Russian news and I'm not arrogant, but I know something you don't, which is that 4 million Russians have left the country in the year 2022. That's a lot of people. Yeah, it's 4 million. I think 4 million people is a lot. If that trend holds, then 8 million people will have left the country until the end of the year. That's well calculated math. And I don't want to brag or anything, but if you have a math question, feel free to ask me for the answer. I have a calculator on my phone. I am independent now and don't have to be fenced in my brain anymore. It's almost like freedom. It is also very warm in Moscow. If you are from Moscow, you should have a coffee outside and enjoy the sun with an iced coffee. It's about 28 degrees and the weekend is just around the corner. My advice to you Russian people, enjoy yourselves. By the way, if you still have some gas or oil left, just push it through the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Commuting is very expensive at the moment here in Germany. We won't tell anyone, but 2 euros for a liter of petrol is the red line which I cross on my political views on the sanctions. Enjoy your weekend. Do svidaniya. Finally, the last one for now. The United States of America. The country where Jeffrey Epstein chose to live. The country where Prince Albert likes to go on vacation. And the country homeschooled kids are the happiest and safest group of people at the moment in the God-given United States of America. Also, the Kardashians and the SNL guy who talk about how great their sex life is. I can't believe you're giving me the news about pop culture. And I'm not into that. Just let me know when Kanye West is biting an automatic assault rifle, and then I will listen to that crap again, okay? Being a celebrity over there can be a lot of fun, but I read an article about basketball and football players suffer horrific internet abuse. People write mean things about how tall and strong they are. One guy said on Twitter that football players look like pussies with plastic airbags, and if they are able to grow testicles at some point, then they can try to play, a weird sport, like rugby. That's so mean. I'll tell you who isn't intelligent. The guy who is a former Marine who got sent to prison for 16 years because he was caught trafficking cocaine in the San Diego area. So that Marine, that bodybuilder of a man who can swim like jellyfish, is now in prison for drug trafficking. Man, I hope that, how do you pronounce him? Jocko Willink? You know that guy? Yeah, we all know that guy. I hope that Jocko Willink will send him a positive letter. Yeah, or the guy talks about how leadership in the drug business is important, especially when you buy it from some Mexicans who really don't care for you as a leader at all. We will see. He should talk about it on the podcast. But before that, he has to climb up the pecking order in prison. And once he is on a certain level, he will be able to talk instead of being busy with pleasuring the other males. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy life. Life is short. Be nice to each other. Really. Don't mind my grammar and accent. It's not getting better at all. See you in a couple of days. Bye bye.